Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Adams Moreno Show. Guys, just this morning, Kash, Scary Eyes Patel, just said this on live TV. He was talking about the future of the FBI building and the future of the FBI agents. He's kicking them out of DC, which is absolutely crazy. But you know what? If you guys were following his confirmation, you need to know that this is not the first time that he said this. But it is quite a shocker nonetheless. So guys, check this out and then we'll go ahead and talk about it later, go into some perspectives. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. Also, guys, if you like having conversations like this, if you think they matter, please consider liking and subscribing. They're one of the best ways you can help out this channel. Check this out.
Look, the FBI is 38,000 when we're fully manned, which we're not. In the National Capital Region, in the 50-mile radius around Washington, D.C., there were 11,000 FBI employees. That's like a third of the workforce. A third of the crime doesn't happen here. So we're taking 1,500 of those folks and moving them out. Every state's getting a plus up. And I think when we do things like that, we inspire folks in America to become intel analysts and agents and say, we want to go work at the FBI because we want to go fight violent crime and we want to get sent out into the country to do it. And that's what we're doing in the next 3, 6, 9 months. We're going to do that hard. And, you know, I didn't know that I was going to do this, but I'm going to announce it on your show anyway. This FBI is leaving the Hoover building because this building is unsafe for our workforce. And we want the workforce.
You just gave up a big nugget.
We want the American men and women to know, if you're going to come work at the premier law enforcement agency in the world, we're going to give you a building that's commensurate with that. And that's not this place. Look.
Holy smokes. That is amazing. I love that across agencies in the Trump administration, people are just doing the unthinkable. And honestly, they're breaking things. They are moving fast, but I kind of like it because I'm sick of the bureaucracy. I'm sick of people moving like snails. For crying out loud, you're using people's tax dollars and you're just wasting it and splurging it, and you're not paying the price for it. The common American person is. It's terrible. So I love this. Check out some of the comments here. Voted for this. Patriot Chris says the Hoover building symbolized everything broken about the old FBI, politicized witch hunts, targeting patriots and protecting elites. Under Director Kash, decentralizing power and returning the agency to law enforcement, not regime enforcement, is the right move. Come on, somebody. Another comment says, it didn't happen on day one, but at least it's happening. We're still progressing forward. This is a step in the right direction the FBI needs to go. We just talked about this yesterday in yesterday's video. We're talking about how Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was applauding In and Out for making some incremental changes to their ketchup packets, as well as some of the coloring that they're using in some of their, maybe sugary drinks. But it's like, no, the thing isn't perfect, and we're not applauding it because it's perfect. We're applauding it because there's progress being made, and we're going to celebrate it. If you wait to clap until things are perfect, you might just be waiting forever, because there's always going to be something to do. There's always going to be somewhere to go. There's always going to be a future that needs to be created. But can we clap a little bit? Thinking that, you know what, at least something is happening. At least we're going in the right direction. If you ask me, I'm always gonna clap when I think we're going in the right direction. I saw this from Charlie Kirk, pretty much talking about the events, but I love that he shared this video from August 2024, where Kash Patel is talking about doing just this. So this is huge, because some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? We didn't campaign on this. I didn't ask for this. And it's like, guys, everyone who voted for President Trump kind of voted for this type of realignment in federal agencies. Check this out.
What do you do about the FBI? What does President Trump, or what should he do about the FBI when he gets into office? Because I got to believe these agents, many of them are dug in deep.
Look, one of my biggest personal recommendations is you shut down the FBI headquarters building and open it up the next day as the Museum of the Deep State. And you send those 7,000 agents in the headquarters building downrange to chase down murderers, to chase down drug traffickers, and let the cops be cops on the streets across America. You keep a small contingent in Washington, D.C. That's step one. You get rid of half of the legion of lawyers and special counsels that exist within the FBI to do one thing: to corrupt and obstruct government oversight from constitutionally applicable committees in Congress. And another aspect of it, real quick, is one of the biggest institutions in the FBI that has been troubled and politicized and weaponized has been their intel component. We have an intel agency. I don't need it to be redone within the walls of the FBI. We've shown when we've given them that power, what they do to it. They unlawfully surveil a president and his candidate. So those are three quick things that we could rattle off. That would be my recommendation to reform the FBI. There's many more.
There we go. Wow, Kash Patel, August 2024, calling this out as if you were one of those fortune tellers. So this is huge. And again, going back to this broader conversation that we had the other day, where President Trump signed the executive order next to all the health officials, where they were actually putting a cap on the pharmaceuticals. It's like, through leadership, the impossible becomes possible. It's like, I don't know if this was going to happen, but thankfully the Trump administration, thankfully President Trump, all these secretaries, all these directors who are in these positions, they were actually pushing the needle forward. That is huge. I love that. One comment underneath this video says, "Let good cops be cops," and I love the way that he says that. He's like, you know what? Like, I don't know if we need all this law enforcement or all these federal agents in the proximity of Washington, D.C. because what? They count as a third of the workforce, but a third of all the crime in the United States. It doesn't happen there. It doesn't make any sense. So I love this little mantra. I love this North Star. I think this is good. Also, something else happened today, and I wasn't going to share this, but I will. Guys, what's going on at Starbucks? I don't know why a bunch of baristas are just patrolling and protesting right outside of their stores because they are upset that they have to wear a uniform now. That is absolutely wild. And you know what? I am a former Starbucks barista. I don't know if I've ever said that, but that's why I'm very passionate about this topic. Because it's like, guys, you get hired on a job, wear the uniform. What are we doing? Imagine going to Target and you see someone in a blue shirt, and it's like, oh, well, you know what? I just know that they don't work here. Why? Because the Target people wear red. Of course. Why? Because it's their culture. It's that iconic red that people are drawn to whenever they need a help, whenever they need a service, whenever they need direction. You know, they could go there because that's the culture that they've established. It's not a bad thing. It's just part of the culture. It's a part of the brand. And to see so many people complaining about this is just really just one checks out.
I believe that. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
So absolutely wild. And you know what? We're not even talking about how practical things are in terms of wearing a uniform, but even just looking at, like, imagine if this is a Starbucks worker right here wearing open-toed shoes. Yeah, like try working at a coffee place with sandals on. Are you kidding me? Your feet will get burned. Coffee is scorching hot. What are you doing here? So I just had to say that. Ridiculous. I posted this saying I'm embarrassed to be a former Starbucks barista, which is really not true. But I said I was kidding, and working at Starbucks is awesome. Wearing a uniform is normal. I've gone to so many Starbucks over the past few months where the dress code was already taken in effect, and all the baristas that I've seen look happy and perfectly fine with the new uniform updates. So I know we make fun of these videos because it's ironic and it's just a little funny, but I don't think this represents most people's experience at Starbucks. So I just wanted to share that. Anyways, that is the video. Let me know what you thought about this conversation in the comment section. And you know what? I'd love to ask you a couple questions. Like, what do you think is the main reason for relocating the FBI from the Hoover building? Where do you think they're going to go? Do you agree with that decision or you disagree with it? Do you think it's because of security issues or other issues? And I'd love to ask, like how might moving 1,500 FBI agents or personnel to different states, how is it going to affect local communities? Is it actually going to make them better? Is it going to make them safer? Maybe. I'd love to know what you think about this in the comment section. Please, do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you think this is the right move? Bad move? I'd love to know what your perspective is in the comment section, and I will see you all next time. And guys, please consider liking and subscribing. It's one of the best ways you can help me out. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Episode's over already. Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.